Hey everybody, and welcome to the Arcade Hunters podcast, our annual Halloween episode, our spooky episode where we pick randomly a theme. It's never the same. Sometimes we talk about doing a theme again or doing 5 more of X, Y, and Z, but we're all over the place. And so we have a brand new topic that we'll share with you. And to my south is my good friend Nick. Say hello, Nick.
How you doing there, boys and girls? Welcome to the spooky season. We are talking about some spooky stuff.
Yep, and last year I believe we did arcade games in horror movies and TV shows and specials. One year we did, if we were to create a horror arcade, what would it have? And that was a mixture. So there might be some crisscross. Because today we're just going to focus on, we each chose 5 horror-related or Halloween/fall-related seasonal pinball games. And we're going to be focusing on the pinball. I know we've been going very heavy on the pinball, but honestly, I can't believe I'm going to say this, pinball has become more accessible than general arcade games, video games.
Yeah.
In arcades, which it baffles me. Unless you go to Dave & Buster's and play some redemption games, which there are new ones coming out, but it's easier to find new for me it is, and I know for you it is, which it's crazy. Yep. Who would have thought years ago when Stern would trickle out a release and we'd be clamoring to play like Ripley's Believe It or Not because there's nothing else coming out. Now it's like another renaissance.
I remember our New Jersey excursions, and we'd be so excited seeing like a Stern game. Like I remember that one place in Seaside Heights, and we got so excited because they had Pirates of the Caribbean, and like I saw it from like people like, how the hell did you spot it back there? I said it's the one thing that looks like a pinball machine in a row of crane games and race car games. There was one thing over there.
We would drive 3 to 4 hours just to play pinball because there's nothing now. I mean, there's still between an hour and 2 hours for me, but that's just because I live in a rural area.
Yeah,
but
you live in the boons.
But I'm surrounded by great pinball arcades. Pinball's so big that Fun Spot brought it back and made it big again.
Yeah. we got pinball back, baby. Figures and then especially like even up on Long Island, there was multiple pinball places. I mean, the place in Patchogue unfortunately closed down. I had never heard anything positive about that. But then the guy that runs Game On's got one arcade in the Smith Haven Mall, and then he's got another one at the Atias Outlet, which is insane that there's 2 more arcades out there that I could have driven to. I could have walked there, for Christ's sakes.
So that's why we figured let's double down on the pinball this season for the spooky season and pick our five games. They might not be our favorites. There are 5 standouts. Some might be favorites for us. Some might be ones we're dying to play, and the reasons can be all over the map for artwork or whatever. But we're going to do our list, and we did not share it beforehand.
Nope.
There might be some overlap, but I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot of overlap because I purposely tried to do a couple more off the beaten path games or games you might not think about with the season.
Now, just for those out there that are listening to this first before they listen to our Pinball Expo 2025 recap, I'm not going to be talking about a brand new game, Winchester Mystery House. We mentioned that in our other episodes. So if you want to know more about what we think of their brand new game that just came out, make sure you check that one out too. Out there.
Yeah.
So, Gerard, it was your idea. I'm going to let you start first.
So, I'm going to go with the first game on my list, which is a game that I've never played. I would love to play. And it's kind of funny how I found out this game even exists. And I'll share that story in a second. But I want to talk about Stern's Dracula game from 1979.
Oh, yes. The original Dracula. Very cool, spooky game.
Yep. So I had no idea this game existed until way back when Drunk on Disney was still a thing, and Guy Hutchinson would be talking and posting pictures. And I remember him posting a picture of his basement with all his nostalgia stuff and crazy stuff he had down there. And this game was kind of tucked in the corner. And that's when I'm like, they made a Dracula game in the 70s? A Dracula game before the Bram Stoker Dracula and Monster Bash and all that? I believe we were interviewing him and I asked him about that. And he said he didn't have it or he never had one. So I'm not sure where the picture came from. But holy crap, this game is such, just looking at the pictures, the artwork is such a random mishmash. Love the artwork. The backglass, the best way to describe it. Take classic Bela Lugosi Dracula, or even like Nosferatu, with he has a girl in his, at the top of the peak of his manor. The townspeople are chasing him. But pause it and dress and make all the characters look like they're from like a 70s disco.
Mm-hmm.
It is insane.
It's 1979, my friend.
but it's crazy because they're trying to evoke that old school Universal horror monster look and theme. But then they're all dressed like 70s disco people. Yeah. It's weird when you look at the backlash and you look at the townspeople that are supposedly charging. It's almost like mini skirts. It's like what the hell are we wearing here? And the way they're drawn
almost looks like Pauline. One of the girls almost looks like Pauline from the from Donkey Kong.
Yes, it's insane. But love that mixture. The backlash is beautiful. The lighting effects. So when they have a light that flashes, that lights up just the lightning bolt in the background, which looks really good. Some lights that flash that light up the torches. The cabinet. It's that spray. It's the old school stencil spray paint art that's in like a nice. It's a sick purple color. The play field has bats, black cats, a grim reaper, and this kind of like weird psychedelic vampire in the center head. That's also a mix of griffins on the sides. Just very, very 70s.
Incredibly 70s.
Yes, and that's what floors me about the game. The vampire looks, unfortunately, and I'm not sure. The vampire, they tried to mix like a Bela Lugosi and Nosferatu.
Yeah,
vampire with some of the facial features, but unfortunately, it's tough because it almost does seem like stereotypes at the same time.
Yeah. And almost comes off Phantom of the Opera looking almost.
Yeah, it's kind of funky, but the throwing in the disco townspeople makes it sick. And the game looks like it's a lot of fun to play. The only downside is the sounds and music are kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
because it's not
pretty much all that era is. I think like
I
always think of like the worst one from that era for me is Close Encounters of the Third Kind from Gottlieb. I just hate the way that thing sounds. It sounds so creepy, not in a good way.
Well, that's the problem with Dracula. It doesn't sound creepy in a good way or a bad way. It sounds too cheery.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks fun. I've been actually eyeballing. It doesn't go for a crazy amount of money. I was looking at some listings and stuff like that and thinking and looking at my basement. I have quite a few tubs of some wrestling figures and other figures and memorabilia. I'm wondering, do I have enough to swap those out and sell them and buy a Dracula machine?
Something spooky for the basement.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll be talking.
Mm.
I'll be talking about my Dracula machine.
Hey, you never know.
But that's my number one,
yep.
And I know for sure it's not on Nick's list.
No. Because I have one that's on the list. I think you know it's going to be there because it's one of our favorites. And I got to give a special shout out to my buddy who's refurbishing it. He also had it at the Pinball Expo, which I forgot to mention. And we got to mention, Gerard, you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It is none other than 1982's Devil's Dare from Gottlieb.
I did not know that was coming.
Oh, you got to know Devil's Dare's coming, baby.
Oh, I know
Devil's Dare.
I know Devil's Dare. I love Devil's Dare. I thought you were talking about another game.
No.
We'll see if it's on your list when I do my second game. But
it'll probably be on the list. But I should have went in with I do have Bram Stoker's Dracula on the list because I wanted to talk about the stuff on there, but we'll get to that. But got a shout out to Devil's Dare, exciting pinball with new multi mode because this
Mm-hmm.
was like one of the first ones that had a multi ball in it.
Yep.
And big shout outs to my friend who's got the game. He refurbished the game and he's making it into Hellraiser.
Yes, I forgot about that one.
And he's been adding every time I see it. He's been adding more and more stuff into it. Like he got like the Gremlins toy that has like the little mini like Hasbro the little mini Coleco arcade
Yeah.
on there, and he added it in. Like he's got like a mirror on the top right that has like I haven't seen any of the Hellraiser movies, so I have no idea what the hell's going on in it. But I know the iconography, the box and stuff like that. The fact that like in the middle of Devil's Dare, there is a bank of drop targets, and he actually made it that above the drop targets, there's the box, the puzzle box, and it
Yep.
opens and closes on there, which is just an awesome friggin' thing for it. It's like you shoot it in there. That's where the two ball multi ball starts. So like it looks like the box is opening on there and stuff like that. And which is I can't believe he actually got Clive Barker to sign it. He took it to
Mm-hmm.
like a horror show, and he said, yeah, he played it. He really liked it. He thought it was awesome on there. And if you get to play the game standard as is, I know they have one of our at Fun Spot up in the ACAM booth. Hopefully, it's still doing good over at ACAM up on the third floor. But it's got that creepy devil. The whole thing looks like you're in hell because it's on fire, and it's got all the demons and stuff flying around. The creepy, spooky music. I
Yeah,
think it is the Halloween treat.
I really want to go play more Devil. I love Devil's Dare. I completely forgot about this game.
I
It,
rarely ever get to the multi ball on it, and I'm trying to do like the drop
mm-hmm.
targets to knock them down
It's
and
tough.
stuff like it. Yeah, it's especially if the flippers don't have a lot of juice because we had that problem with
Yep.
Fun Spot when we first went there. You could barely do anything, but now since their fortunes have changed and they've have Sarah and what's Mr. Lawton's son's name? I forgot his name.
Dave.
David. Yes, big shout outs to David up there. Awesome getting to see that this game has been getting love, with Hellraiser and stuff like that. I mean, the game, like, like, I'm on Pinside right now. The game still commands up to like almost like $3,000 on
Yeah.
it.
Did you ever see the
There's,
prototype back glass?
yes, it has like it's actually on Pinside. It's the first thing that you see. It has the
Yeah, I
kind of like more orange and stuff like that to
with
it.
the white hood. The skin is smoother. The bats are white,
Yeah.
so they stand out a lot more.
Mhm.
I love the prototype / pre-production back glass
Yeah.
more. Well, I love all the back glass, but the pre-production
I
back
still
glass.
like the red scales in it. Looks really cool. I think the red scales look nice. I think the red scales are sharp.
But one thing that it doesn't have. I'm trying to pull up the pre-production glass that has some devil girls laying on the score the
Hmm.
scores for the four players, semi-naked green devil girls that the
Hmm.
actual production one does not have. I'm guessing that's part of the reason why
Yeah,
that
they got they got the boobies out.
yeah.
So it wasn't just the devil. It was probably the booba.
Yep. But
So awesome game.
awesome game.
82's Devil's Dare.
So I'm up, and this is a game that I thought you were going to be talking. You were going to when you were kind of pumping me up, especially because we just in the previous episode talked a lot about the Winchester Mystery House, and we're going to be talking about the Winchester Mystery House in pinball. We can't leave out Gottlieb's Haunted House from 1982.
Yeah, that's insane that this came out the same year as Devil's Dare,
Hmm.
and it just feels like I felt like Devil's Dare felt kind of newer to me, the way the sound is on there.
And that's what's crazy with when you think about these two games. So the art style for Haunted House feels very so. One of the reasons I love Haunted House, besides just being an awesome pinball game that has 3 levels, you ever play that old board game? I think it was from the '60s. I think it was called Green Ghost.
Not sure, probably not. When you say Green Ghost to me, I think of Slimer's old name before it was like canonized that it's Slimer.
So it was a very popular game, way before our time, but so popular that a lot of people held on to it, and so that's how I played it.
I'm looking
But
at the photos of it now. The Green Ghost game.
so that kind of art style with the haunted house, the trees, and the
Hmm.
and the cats and everything, that reminds me of a similar that kind of '60s art style that Haunted House has.
Yeah, it's like
And
the art style just makes it feel like the game's older than it should be, and you're
yes,
like, no, it's a year older than we are. So it's like,
yes,
or it's a year younger than we are.
exactly that and the sounds. But Haunted House, one of my favorite games. We used to play. Where was it? We came across. Well, look,
Haunted House. I'm trying to think.
yeah, we used to play it all the time, and it was whenever we went to this one place. We were kind of shocked that they had it, and we played it a ton.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think.
always a shock when you get to see it because the thing is beastly.
Yes, I don't think it was Captain Kirk's,
No, I don't think Captain Kirk had it.
but love the game. Love going up in the attic. Love when it goes to the lower play field into the cemetery garden area. Very similar to Black Hole with the
Hmm.
multiple levels. And this
They're
was
like brother sister game, you know.
yep,
And then you got the redheaded stepchild of Kroll that never came out.
yes. And
So when
it's
you think
just
about like the Gottlieb multi table things out there, so those are like my main three that I think of.
yep. And with Haunted House, it's just a classic Haunted House game. It has some rough sounds, but kind of spooky Haunted House sounds. The back glass has an old Haunted House that looks like the Psycho, almost like the Psycho house
Hmm.
from Psycho.
Yep.
The scratchy, bloody writing, bats, ghosts, pictures of the devil. Just a classic. To me, it embodies everything Halloween.
Yep.
Even the creepy sounds, the side art with the sprayed side art is great. It's a shame that there was a digital pinball mini version that was released and it was clunky. It had flipper delay. Supposedly they released some updates that fixed it, but nowhere near worth $600 for a video pinball.
Yeah.
But it stinks
I
because
also
that
think about the Ghostbusters one that they made, where they kind of made Ghostbusters on top of it, and they had that as a mobile app, and that's totally delisted. That is gone.
yep. I love the haunted house logo. Like it
Hmm.
with the back glass. If you look, it has all the different it's tough because it's hard to see in the back glass when it lights up. But if you see someone that isolates the house, there's all
Hmm.
different ghosts in the windows and skulls and stuff. Great game, a lot of fun. I believe you can. I don't know if you can still get it. You used to be able to play it on
Pinball
which one?
Arcade.
Yeah, Pinball Arcade. I
Yeah,
don't
Pinball
know if
Arcade has it. Yeah, they have that in Black Hole.
oh, it's still available.
It might be. I'm not sure because I don't. I already have it installed, so it's like
Yeah,
if I go on there, it's like I think they still have the Gottlieb licenses, but I think they have Gottlieb and Stern, and that's about it. So
yeah,
sucks they lost all the Williams ones to friggin' Zen, but
yeah.
Zen's keeping it going. I still don't like the way their ball physics feel. It either feels like the ball is feels like it's way too heavy, or it just takes off at like a million miles an hour.
Yep.
So yeah, we can't do. I figured kind of like you would do Haunted House because I mean, we can't talk about Halloween themed pinball machines without talking about this game. It is an absolute classic. You know, it's a double-edged sword. It kind of stinks because it is so hard to find a good working one. And
Yes.
it's just like to own it, it is a bear to work on.
Yes. So if you see it, play it and play a lot of it because you might never get a chance to play it again.
It's like I was saying I believe we've spoken about this before. It was at the old Pinball Hall of Fame, and I was hearing two of the guys that were assisting out there, and they were talking about how they had Haunted House and I think it was Black Hole, and they had it up and running, or I think it was Bonsai Run, and I was saying like those types of games with like the multiple playfields that are like prone to failure. Those are games that you can put for a premium price, and as long as it works, that's the type of one that I will go to play because I'll say like, okay, hey, he's asking $1 to play this game when it's usually like a quarter or 50 cents. So it's like, yeah, I'll give it a try as long as you keep it up and running and keep it perfect, you know? So I'm going to get on with my second game, and as you could probably tell since Gerard did Dracula, I gotta do Dracula, and we gotta talk about 1993 from Williams from the late great Barry Osler, Bram Stoker's Dracula. April of 93, so I was 12 years old when this game came out. My god, it still commands, like, I'm on Pinside, because, like, every time I'm looking up the pinball machines, I got it on Pinside. Yeah, it still commands like $5,000 on here, man. Holy crap! In good condition.
Yep. Did you see?
Have you ever seen the movie? I've still never seen the movie.
I've never seen the movie. So, funny thing, when Bram Stoker's Dracula, Francis Ford Coppola's movie was being advertised, I thought Bram Stoker was the director of this version of Dracula as a kid. And there was a lot of hoopla about it because there's a fair amount of nudity with the females and stuff like that. Yep. And so I remember thinking, oh, this must be like the racy version of Dracula, because the only Dracula I knew was the Bela Lugosi version, which even then I only saw bits and pieces. I got most of my Dracula knowledge was from those black and white orange books the old elementary school libraries used to have on the different Universal monsters and Godzilla and King Kong. I forgot the company that put them out. So I used to read that in the library over and over again for Dracula with black and white photos from the movies and everything and different information and stuff. Yeah. So that's all I knew. So I always thought that is an adult movie of Dracula. That's not what Dracula is about.
They don't give two fucks for Bella.
Yeah. Then when I got older, I realized Bram Stoker was the original author. Yeah. Long past. He didn't freaking direct the movie.
Because we had two at the same time. Because they did. I think Bram Stoker's Dracula was first, and then they did Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So it's kind of weird that it was like they had both in a row, and also they both became pinball machines as well. So there you go.
And the art and some of the visuals with like the armor and stuff like that, and Dracula's hairstyle and the way he looked, it was just very weird and contemporary. So to me, it had to be a new version and not based on the original. I didn't even know it was a book based on the original Universal monster.
Yep.
To be young,
and I mean, you got the Tim Kitzrow did the call outs in it and stuff like that. P. Futz was on the software. Still don't know how the hell pronounce his full name on there, but I loved it because like this game took me a while to get into because it is fast, it is super challenging. Of course, it has the infamous lightning bolt flippers to make it even harder. So it's kind of weird when you play one, and it has regular flippers in it. So it's kind of weird playing it because like you're getting a couple of the extra. I think it's like a millimeter or something. I forget how much they cut off of it to make it harder. But I still say like the star of the show are the three multi-ball modes.
Yep. That
you have in the middle, and it says it right there in the middle. It has your multi-ball modes. You have the most famous, of course, is the Mist multi-ball, which the ball is on a magnet trail, and you get the voice actor just I don't know if it's Tim Kitzero or just someone else doing the call, just going wins like that, and then you just see the ball come out. That is magic. I think
Yes.
that is really cool. There's the coffin multi-ball, which leads into. Unfortunately, I still say it like everybody else. It looks like Ron Jeremy in the casket. It does not.
Yes.
It does not look like Gary Oldman at all. It looks like I've seen other people try to make like aftermarket things to fix it so it doesn't look like Ron Jeremy. And other people think some other people, it has the coffin multi ball, the castle multi ball, the Miss multi ball. The thing is, like, trying to get all three of those multi balls all started at the same time, and that's where you really rock the scores on this game. And people can hear this call outs with 20 million, 50 million, like that. They big outs to Tim Kitzero for like he is going insane with the call outs on this game. He is. You can tell he had a blast doing that.
My favorite thing about the game, or one of my favorite things about the game, is the plastics. So,
oh yeah, you got to talk about the prototype one. So that's what I was going to bring up too.
I was just the plastic of the how you have on the left side you have the coffin, which is famous, but you have on the left side the like Castle Town area. You have the graveyard in the top left. The right side, is that the town, I believe? I'm trying to go from memory. Left is the castle. Right is, I think, the town or the village.
Always just go on pin side, my friend. You'll have the photos right there.
But love the plastics. Love the feeling it gets. I actually never got into this game until at Pintastic a couple years ago, and I was actually having a colitis flare up, so I couldn't drink. So I couldn't drink, and drinking was a big deal at Pintastic. It's crazy. People literally just walk around with handles of vodka, rum, bourbon, and they're just swigging it, pouring it, sharing it all around the hotel, the different rooms, and no one stops or says anything. It's batshit crazy. I couldn't drink because colitis flare up, so I brought a bunch of edibles. Marijuana, THC, not actual drugs, but so I was doing some THC candies and stuff like that, and my friend Don and I ran into Dave, and so I ended up playing Bram Stoker's Dracula with Dave, doing a kind of against each other for quite a while, high as balls.
But I don't know how you could play that game high as balls because of how fast it is.
I was able to. I wasn't doing great, but I was able to, and I got into it. And then I played it sober after that, and enjoyed it. And it was like, wow, it's like this is actually a really good game. Because whenever I played it in the past, like when I played it with the other Dave from Arcade, I think with him and his wife, because that was like I think his wife's favorite game. We played it with them. I couldn't get into it. I'm like, I don't get what's big deal about this game. There's not too much moving because I couldn't get the mist ball. But I'm like, where's the castle to bash? Where are the toys?
A lot of the things like with the mist, like depending on how the operator has it set up, a lot of people just shake the game and it'll fall off the magnet. So you have the option, like you can shake it, but you might also tilt the game. But since Gerard, you mentioned plastics, there's some of the most famous plastics on this game that you'll see they actually make aftermarket ones where the prototype originally had on the left slingshot Keanu Reeves and on the right side Renata Wider. For some reason, they decided, I guess their likeness, they decided not to use it. So they're not on there. So, but they do make reproductions that a lot of people put them back on there. So you get to have the original, the way it was originally intended from Barry Osler. And one of the things that I thought was cool, bringing it back to current times, is that that's where they put Winona Ryder on the Stranger Things pinball machine. They put her on the right hand side slingshot,
Yep.
and David Harbour on the left one. So I thought that was a kind of like a little tribute to like Bram Stoker right there. Like, yeah, we got her now. She's on it.
That's a cool nod 'cause I never knew that. I'm looking at the reproductions of the prototype plastic, and that makes so much more. That makes perfect sense. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I love when pinball does that. When they do nods to the older games or previous games.
Always
When,
got to have those little call outs.
yep.
So, Gerard, you're up next. What you got?
So we actually mentioned this briefly in a previous episode. And I want to talk about my next choice, my number 3 game for a good, spooky, tense, kind of Halloweenish horror game is Pinball Brothers Alien from 2020, which was really was it Highway Pinball that designed it and Pinball Brothers produced it?
Yes, Highway Pinball.
I love this game. I fell in love. I remember we spoke about this back when it was, I think, starting to make my first Pintastic a few years ago. I got to play it. The code was not done. There was something a little clunky with the game. And I remember saying on a previous show I didn't care for it. Since then, the club has gotten a copy, and I played it. I believe it was the Ripley edition version.
Yes.
And I fell in love with it.
Yeah, that game was insane to me because I played it and I didn't realize that Sigourney Weaver was missing in it. I totally like. It's kind of weird how like Gerard and I we're doing this podcast right after we did our pinball expo one. We were talking about how like a big thing with Predator is that people are missing out because Arnold wasn't in the game. But now that they have the Ellen Ripley version, I think now, like, if you have a Pinball Brothers Alien, you can just put the code update in there, and it
Yep.
has all the Ellen Ripley stuff in there, which is awesome.
Well, even without Ellen Ripley, the game was designed so well that it's okay if it didn't miss.
Yeah.
When we were seeing just the images of, and the Xenomorph is so iconic. When we were seeing Predator, I mean, the first Predator movie, it is a good action movie, but a lot of what we remember is Arnold. Arnold.
It's a one-liner extravaganza.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Arnold gets a lot of them.
With Alien, the one thing I love is that you can choose between Alien or Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And both play differently. Alien, it's more tense and almost it's slower, but not like a slog, if that makes sense. Whereas Aliens, it's more with the modes and everything, it's more action packed and faster pace. I love, and perfect example is like Alien can be more strategy while Aliens is faster paced. I love the ambush multi-ball. I believe that's from Alien. So that mode is where you get the screen that lights up with all the red dots. So it's like the aliens are coming, and you don't know where they are, and you have to have your weapons. You have to hit the shots and stuff to take out the aliens before they get to you. And if they reach you, I believe that's when the multi-ball ends. I love that mode. There's a xenomorph head that does eat the ball. The ball stops on a magnet and it grabs it. It has egg sacs that light up with different, depending on the games. There's a couple face huggers on the game. It has a lovely revive ball save to the left if it drains to the left. Almost like how Wizard of Oz has one. And I think the artwork is great. It has that, especially if you're playing Alien, it just has that kind of almost, it's open like space, but also claustrophobic at that same time. It just has that kind of dark, overbearing doom feeling to it, which is a big part of the movie Alien.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really got into it. We had it at the club briefly, and that's where I was playing it, got into it. Fun Spot actually has a Ellen Ripley version in their Pinball Outpost, which fits for their space themed Pinball Outpost.
I still have never gotten the alien to suck up the ball, and I
wow.
tried playing it and just kept trying to shoot up the middle, trying to see if I could get him to do it. I didn't know if it was easier to do it on Alien or Aliens.
So I haven't played it in a while. I'm trying to go from memory. So I believe you have to get the multi-ball, and then you have to do something in the multi-ball, and then then you can do the grab the ball, and I think that it extends or continues the multi-ball. It's something funky like that. There's a lot of rules that are like, depending on which mode you choose, that have different things, and I believe that's how you get the alien. I don't think it's like the traditional alien sucks up the ball and the multi-ball starts.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to get the alien to do it, but when it does it, and you see the thing come out and grab the ball and pull it, it's like, holy shit, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. And Lior from Art of Pinball did some of the extra stuff on the Ellen Ripley version. So I like, it's got like an optional alien topper, but you got to go with the beacons. You have to have the beacons because everybody thinks of the "get away from her, you bitch."
Yep.
You got to have that on there.
Definitely worth playing. It's one of those games you have to play a little bit to get used to and figure out and get the flow of it.
Absolutely.
There's very few pinball games that you can just walk up and put in like your $1.50, $2, whatever for 3 balls and play it and really be like, whoa, this blows my mind. I get it. Very few games have that impact. This game definitely takes some time, but once you figure it out and once you get warmed up to it and you see everything that's going on, it's like, holy shit, this is great. And it's the gameplay fits the theme in the movies so well.
Very nice.
So now you're number 3?
Number 3. So, gonna go a little more current, and we're gonna talk about AMC Presents The Walking Dead from Stern Pinball and our fine friend Mr. John Borg. So this is a game that they've been rumoring for a while that they want to do yet another remake of it, surprisingly. They want another Walking Dead because they didn't have enough.
Yeah. But
yeah, absolute. I remember when this came out. I remember October of 2014. Remember going out to into the city to play it for some of the launch parties and stuff like that. And this is a definite love-hate game because there's 2 ways the game goes. Either you absolutely sit here and you rock the shit out of it, or it beats the hell out of you. There's no other way. You either have a really good game or you just like it's over. I don't know if is that the same way with you, Gerard, on this game?
Yes, 100%.
So this is another game where it's a bit of a double-edged sword. So hopefully this is something that if they are making a like a remaster of it, kind of like what they did with Metallica, I really hope they include more of the other seasons of the game. But what I really want to see is more inclusion of the stuff from all of the actors in it, because this is another, I don't understand how licensing works. I don't understand how you can have the actors on the machine, on the apron, you got the guy that plays Daryl on there, you get all the other stuff on there, but you don't have the actual call-outs in the game.
Yeah.
Which I think was something that really hit it from the beginning, but now that I believe Lyman Sheets worked on the code, and he did some absolute awesome stuff with this code, man. I mean, the thing with Lyman, I feel so sad for him because he never thought, like, when you spoke to him, he was like, I'm not that important. Like, dude, like, you made some of, like, you've made games great. And he had stuff that, like, no one thought of with this game, and unfortunately, like, when you walk up to play it, you don't know how important, like, the left drop targets are, because that's what starts all the modes and stuff like that. You're just thinking, like, okay, I don't really have to hit the drop targets. I'll hit the ramps and stuff like that. But no, you gotta hit those drop targets to get these missions and stuff like that.
So for me, with the Walking Dead game, It's really about the premium and limited edition versions with the crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
So that crossbow that swings out, that I love that, and the fact that they include that when trying to shoot the. It's in the one thing. It's cool with the crossbow, but it's also baffles me. I think it's the barn building.
Yes,
With
the
the
happy
giant,
face.
with the giant zombie head. So it's very like when you're just playing the game, seeing that giant zombie head in the coming out of the barn. It just to me, it's like that's like the at the end of Evil Dead 2 when the evil force or whatever turns into this giant like zombie head that comes through the front door of the cabin, and Ash is like sticks a chainsaw in the eye and stuff like that. It reminds me of that, and it's like The Walking Dead doesn't have giant zombie heads. What's this doing here? But when you play the pro with the premium with the crossbow, it's like okay, I kind of get it now, but still, it's just weird that such a big zombie head pokes out of those doors.
I mean, they have the head for the bicycle girl that pops out from the left side. Yeah, this is a game that had a lot. It has a lot of differences between the pro and the premium.
Yes,
because like you've got the bicycle girl that lifts up and then you bash her face over there. It has the three light up fish tank heads on there.
Yep.
But the main attraction is the crossbow launcher that pops out. That I think it gives you like double scoring and stuff like that. That's like the biggest thing was that crossbow ramp. And also the pop-up head. The biggest problem that I had with this game was that I don't know if it just wasn't set properly or the flippers didn't have enough strength. I felt like that you couldn't hit the ramps reliably on this game, at least on some of the copies that I've played.
Almost every version I played, it was tough to hit some of the ramps.
So are you still there, Gerard? I didn't hear you.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, no, so I didn't hear you say anything.
Oh, so I said almost every version of the game I played, it was tough to hit the ramps, too. It was some of the far ramps. It's like when you play a game that's worn out, and you're hitting the button as hard as you can, and you're kind of just leaning into it because you wanted to make it all the way up the ramp, and it just goes part of the way and then rolls back down. It's like, oh, maybe I can get it now. It had that. Always had a little bit of that to almost every version I've played.
So hopefully we'll see this, like, if they do a remaster of it, I hope they really include some more of the lines and stuff like that. Maybe they'll have more from the whole series. Or if they... it's a rumor, I mean, John Board just got done with Fall of the Empire, so I don't know if it's just something quicker that they can churn out because they did Metallica Remastered and had a couple of extra little things on there, so it's kind of... We'll wait to...
It would be so cool if... Kind of like how Metallica Remastered, they redid the videos.
Yeah.
So it's concert videos and stuff.
Because now you're going to have a screen and you're going to have to have the actual stuff on there. You're not going to be able to get away with just having I mean, shout outs to the dot matrix designers because the dot matrix still looks good on this.
Oh yeah, the Walking Dead dot matrix, because the zombies look great when it shows like them getting shot and dying stuff looks great. But if they did LCD, it would be so easy to include pretty much the whole series, and you can just do a couple tweaks on the play field with a couple new modes, and you could easily have it connect with the whole series. You don't even have to really change much of the toys.
And one last thing is big shout outs to whoever the gentleman out there is that put some of the actual show clips in there, so you actually get... It's kind of weird that, they had to put Negan in there because everybody loves all the stuff that he says. I hope you got your shitting pants on. So it's kind of weird that it's only Walking Dead season 1 and 2, and then it's got Negan stuff in there. But like I like when like the when like it's doing the countdown for the match. And it has him saying, like, and they call them the Walking Dead or something like that. It has, like, the thing that Rick is saying, that, like, his father called them. They call them the Walking Dead on there. I thought that was really cool that they added that in. So, hopefully, if it does get a remake, it'll get there. And, it's one of those games, like I said, you either have, like, a really great game and you rock the hell out of it, or it's over in, like,
Yeah.
less than like 2 minutes, and you're like, why the hell did I even bother playing this piece of crap?
So I'm up with my number 4.
Number 4.
And we did talk about this a little bit in the previous episode, and I tend to talk about it a lot, and I'm going to keep talking about it because it's easily in my top 5 favorite pinball games, which a lot of people think I'm crazy. And that is from 2018 American Pinball's Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest is a Halloween. Oh, well, it's October. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's not. That's why I preface with fall season ish.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Oktoberfest pinball game. I agree. The artwork. I mean, the artwork has grown on me. I don't mind it, but it could. I wish. So the original. So the whole game is you're at an Oktoberfest. You have to visit all the tents to get to the wizard mode. Mm-hmm. It's all about rides and beer and food. It's more extreme rides, like there's a roller coaster, bumper cars, kind of like theme park rides. And the thing with the game is the artwork. It's kind of a funky mesh of Photoshop with this kind of these awkward, almost like, I mean, honestly, AI art wasn't a thing. If you said AI Oktoberfest artwork, that's what I would picture the main beer drinking guy, Olga, and the beer drinking guy, I forgot his name, the main guy in the game, would look like that's on the back glass. Yeah. The artwork was originally, so Joe, I always screw up his name. Joe, is it Balser or Balker?
Balser.
I believe. Yep. So he designed the game. And Josh, I want to say Rochlin or Roche, I always mess up his last name. He did the coding. The original thought was, let's do an Oktoberfest game, but let's do it Mad Magazine style. So It's supposed to be very tongue-in-cheek, which it still is, but the artwork was supposed to look like a 60s Mad Magazine artwork, Alfred E. Newman style artwork.
Yeah, like when you look at the original Translite, the way that there's a woman, like, you know, in like the beer maiden outfit, and she's smiling. She's got a very Alfred E. Newman type of smile on there.
So the whole artwork was supposed to be that. It ended, even that Translite wasn't really the art style they wanted. They wanted it to be more comic art style versus a mixture of Photoshop and kind of computer art and stuff like that.
Yeah, it kind of gives like an 80s Gottlieb where they kind of like Photoshop models and on stuff.
Yeah. But what I love about the game, a lot of the bang shots are difficult but rewarding. Like the putting balls into the keg for multi-ball is difficult. Doing the roller coaster lock for the roller coaster multi-ball can be difficult, but once you hit the shot and get in there and start the multi-ball, it's awesome. A lot of the modes are a lot of fun. There's some wacky modes. There's a lot of magnets in the game that just randomly throw the balls around and stuff like that, which I think is great. The theming of Oktoberfest and the music, the actual music in the final game versus what they tried, it feels like you're in the German pavilion at Epcot.
Yep.
It has the Oompa Loompa music. It has all those vibes. It's just, to me, it just reminds me so much of the Germany pavilion in Epcot. And when the rock music comes in, it reminds me of when you're in the German pavilion and you hear, I think, what was that? Is it Off Kilter, the Scottish rock band?
There's like Off Kilter, but then you can also hear like the Beatles cover band from the UK pavilion over there as well.
Yeah. So it's like when you're in the German pavilion and you hear towards the end, you hear some of the other music, the rock music from the other pavilions clashing in. It reminds me of that so much. And the modes are fun, and I love the gameplay. I have noticed lately, and this is where it's weird, it is a little clunky the better you get at it. Mm. Like, I'm starting to notice that it's a little clunky with some of the shots now that I'm getting better at trying to make the shots and everything. But the coolest thing is when you go into the bar, the steins. Yeah. So you pick a stein, and that impacts a bonus on the mode and a bonus
Mm-hmm.
on the playfield. And you can stack some steins, you can choose different steins, and there's a lot of strategy of kind of figuring out what works for you for getting the most points.
Yep.
And so if you go online, there's a lot of people that are really into this game. They really debate which steins to do, which ones to stack, which ones will give you the most points. The rubber ducks are very vital for the bonus multiplier at the end. And the game, it's a blast with the magnets. It has a one-handed mode with 2 buttons on the right side, so you can hold your beer in the left hand and play with one hand. The only downside with that is there isn't a separate high score for one-handed mode. And they released a final update which added, I think it was like 2 years ago or a year ago, and it added team play or something like that, but they never fix that high score, have a separate high score for one-handed mode, and that bugs me, and I know it will never happen because as American Pinball,
now
as
it
we
seems
know,
like
they're dead.
now on terms of the art. Now I have to ask you, which translite do you have? Do you have the one with just the guy and the girl, or do you have the infamous
Just the guy
one?
and the girl. I don't have the one
Yep.
with the pervert monkey.
Yes. I remember when the game came out, I was like, okay, that looks cool. I like the way because it looks like a roller coaster. It looks like a big festival. I like how like when you shoot some of the ramps, like the ball comes back to you on the ramp and stuff like that. But like it's funny, like I'm looking at the photos on Pinside, and it's the first pinball. It's the first picture you see is the monkey grabbing the 2 girls' butts. Like,
So that translate was never fully released.
yeah.
And so it was like that was like a pre-production or production, and a lot of people were like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they
Wait a minute. This isn't family fun right here.
Yeah. So it's all people online to get like a beer and a hot dog. And supposedly the monkey's just there happy, but it's like, well, the hand is disappearing under his skirt. That's not just happy.
There's one hand under the skirt and the other hand is directly on the girl's bottom.
Yes.
So there you go.
Exactly. But that's not, so they didn't release that. There's people that go through great lengths to track down, because there are a few of those back glasses out there to get it and put it on their machines. I'm like, I'm fine with the one I have. I'm fine with the non-pervy one.
But I am glad because, like, I played it, like, very early code, and it didn't have the oompa music. It had, like, this rock and roll music, and I remember, like, I was telling Gerard, like, people playing it, and, like, this doesn't make me feel like Oktoberfest when I'm playing this game. I'm just hearing, like, this, like, generic rock music, but now that they've updated it, it's definitely a lot different on there. So still stuff that I want to check out. I know I'm pretty sure Marshall still has one over at Little Shop. So hopefully, if I ever get to try it with the updated code to see how different it is since they've changed it.
The music makes a huge difference. I love. There's a last call mode. If you light it and the ball drains, you get another ball, and you have to. I forgot the words. I forgot the word you have to spell. You have to spell it sober. By hitting the by hitting the letters, and then you can continue playing. But the flipper buttons are randomly delayed or randomly defunct, or the flipper randomly shoots. It reminds me of the Jaws mode with the topper. The shark isn't working.
Broken.
Yep, shark's broken, and it's so much fun to do when you get it, and so hard. Then it has a re-entry mode where if you plunge it, you have to hit a specific target, get the ball into the what do they say, the VUK, V-U-K, the vertical up kick. If you plunge it and get it in there, then you can keep playing. If not, then the ball drains. But it's just cool that they have some modes like that and some extra stuff. Just a lot of fun stuff, and there are a lot of magnets. I just hope I would love to keep the game. I was saying off the air to Nick how I'll come across a game like Jaws, a Stern game that I really like, and I'll play a bunch, and I think, I'm gonna unload Oktoberfest and get a Stern game. Then I go back and play Oktoberfest, and it's like, nah, I still want to keep it. Yeah. But with American Pinball going under, hopefully parts will still be able to be sourced out.
Yep. So
now you're number 4.
Number 4. Fortunately, I'm going to be a John Borg fanboy. We got to go back to the 90s, I remember the first time I ever saw this game was back when EGM was doing, like, they used to do their mall tours.
Yep.
And for some reason, there was a pinball machine there. This was back in 1993. And it is Data East's Tales from the Crypt.
Awesome. I almost put this one on the list, and I didn't. I figured you might.
I wanted to because, like, this is another game that the code on it was kind of lacking. What really sucks with it is that you have to hear the Crypt Keeper constantly say, "Who goes there?" all the time. And there's, I believe it's pinballcode.com has like an extended, updated code for it where supposedly there was more lines from the Crypt Keeper that they didn't use.
Yep.
And it's in the game, and I don't think I've ever gotten a chance to actually play it.
It is insane. I played it at Pintastic. It was in one of the if you do like the VIP pass, there's these 24-hour rooms where they have a small number of games, but they'll be very specific games.
Yep.
It'll be games that are like, for example, a Pristine Getaway that was in like all the medals were cherry red.
Yeah.
They had Red and Ted, but it had the System of a Down coding for the music, which was insane. And they had Tales from the Crypt, and what you were saying about the who goes there, whatever, the Crypt Keeper repeating the same line over and over and over again. That was not happening in the one at Pintastic, but it always happened at the one I played previously at Sarah's place.
Yeah, because that was the old original code.
Yeah. But it does make a difference.
Definite, John Borg style layout. He's got like a lot of the shots. Kind of feels like, kind of almost feels like Tommy in a way, with kind of like the loop shots and like the top right shot to, like, instead of spelling out Tommy, you spell out Crypt and stuff like that. I didn't know. Wow, the game. I don't know if this is just someone's personal game, because like I'm looking on Pinside and it's old photos of this guy. He has like. The guy really tricked it out, but it had, like, day glow on there. I didn't know it had that on there. I guess, like, the green kind of, like, has UV to it and stuff like that.
I think that just might be random with a black light.
Yeah, maybe. I was like, I don't think they were thinking that far in advance.
No, it didn't. The original did not. The original was the standard painted, not hand painted, but the standard paint on wood from the time.
But I like it that it's got, like, does have the voice of the Crypt Keeper. He pretty much, on the basic one, he keeps repeating the same thing. It's almost like, I'm trying to think of, like, which one's more annoying of the Halloween spooky-themed games that repeats itself. Freddy or Crypt Keeper? Which one do you think?
I might go with Crypt Keeper.
Yes, I think so, too. It's either, how about a little nappy? Or... who goes there? So it depends on, like, which one don't you want to hear. So definitely I would recommend getting it if you can get the pinball code, update that pinball code, change it out, change some of the stuff, get some of those other altered lines. What I was surprised was that it has a lot of caricatures of stuff from the actual show, because that was the craziest thing about the show was how many actors, it had so much star power in this show. Mm-hmm. Like, it's got, like, it looks like Whoopi Goldberg on there. I don't think it's actually her, but, it's insane how much stuff they got into this game on there.
Yep, and you have the door handle knocker for the plunger. The door handle with the button for the plunger. But what's really cool, and this is what's crazy about the game, is... they included, it's an homage to the show. It's mainly the HBO show, but they also include the different characters from the original comics. Mm-hmm. It was like, I forgot the names. It was like the witch, the blah, 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 and the blah, blah, blah. So the EC comics, Tales from the Crypt, there was the Crypt Keeper, there was a witch, and there was there were two other characters. Yeah. Also, and this blows my mind that they included this. They included a reference to the Crypt Jam song. Yep. So the Crypt Keeper has a Halloween album, has a or just has an album, and it has like a Christmas song, and it has the Crypt Jam song, and it's a ridiculous '90s rap song called the Crypt Jam, and I believe they spell it CRYP, not CRYPT.
Yeah.
Yep. But dead center around the lights is a Crypt Keeper with the backwards hat, a chain, glasses, and it says Crypt Jam.
Yep.
And there's so many references to the show, references to the albums, references to the original comics. You can tell the people that made this were fans of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, not just the TV show, but EC Comics. And so we have Tales from the Crypt. That's the Crypt Keeper. The Vault of Horror is the Vault Keeper, and the Haunt of Fear was the Old Witch. So that's those were your three original hosts from Tales from the Crypt. But it really sucks that the whole thing is kind of in like copyright limbo, so it's not available for streaming, and the only way to get it is you basically gotta go online and get like bootleg DVD copies of it. I don't think they'll ever like remaster it into like 2K or 4K and put it on HBO Max or put it on Blu-ray, which really sucks because it's a show that I definitely would not have watched as a kid because it probably would have scared the shit out of me. But there was other stuff in it. It was kind of like the same thing with Amazing Stories, where they had horror stuff, but then they also had other things that weren't really horror related on there. There was like the famous one that like Kirk and Michael Douglas were in. That I think they got like nominated. Like Tales from the Crypt got nominated for Emmys on here, which is insane. But like there was so much star power, and then there was so much like the people that directed it. There was like Joe Dante and stuff like that did it and stuff like that. So
I can't believe I'm blanking, but who directed Forrest Gump again?
Robert Zemeckis. Yeah.
Robert Zemeckis. He has a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah, it was like. Arnold Schwarzenegger wanted to direct, so he directed one. But that like their thing was like you have to do something with the Crypt Keeper. It's like I'll do something with the Crypt Keeper. I want to direct. And they're like, all right, like he's gonna tell Arnold Schwarzenegger no. The guy was like the biggest star in the world. Like do Tales from the Crypt. Let's go.
Wow. So I couldn't believe what you were saying. So you used to be able to buy every season digitally on Amazon Prime for very cheap, and that's gone. You can still there's still some there's three. So if you're listening to this and you want to buy it for $50, you can get the complete series, seasons 1 through 7 on DVD, 20 disc box set for $49 on Amazon. There's only 3 left in stock.
Yeah, and there's obviously bootlegging.
Yeah. And
that's there, Bart. Not in your childish vandalism. The real money's in bootlegging. All those wasted hours. So, Gerard, number 5. Take it on home for us.
Number 5. There's a chance you have this one. One of my favorite pinball games. We used to play this all the time at FYE in Bayshore.
Yep.
Creature from the Black
Lagoon. I was going to put it on the list, and I know what it is.
Creature from the Black Lagoon from Bally in 1992.
Absolutely.
And what is
I was gonna put that on there, but I decided from Tales from the Crypt because I got on a Tales from the Crypt kick.
And what I love about this game, and what almost everyone loves about this game, it really isn't about the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's about going to a drive-in in the 50s.
Yeah.
The movie showing is a Creature from the Black Lagoon, but everything is about the drive-in. You're trying to kiss your girl in the backseat of the car. You're going to the concession stand. You're trying to get everything all set before the movie starts. And once the movie starts, then that's where the creature mode comes in. It has that amazing 3D holographic effect in the center of the play field with the creature looking like it's reaching out.
Yep.
The game is just a blast to play. The music sounds like it's from the 50s. It has
copyright songs from the 50s.
Yes.
That's what sucked about the game coming to Pinball Arcade was that I think they only got like two or three of the like two of the songs, so everything just kind of repeated on
Yep.
there. And they were like, they kind of like lied about it, and they said, yeah, we weren't able to get all the songs. There's five songs. I think they only got two or three.
But it combines going to a drive-in in the 50s, which we've never experienced, but we've definitely experienced drive-in movies. The
Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, and it has those modes, the creature and everything. It's just the perfect blend, and there's a reason why this game still fetches like 10 friggin' grand.
Yeah. It is still like I'm on Pinside right now, and it's anywhere from $7,000 to
Yep.
$9,000 because and it has custom code. There's version 5.0. It came out in 2020, so the fans out there are keeping the game alive with new code and stuff like that. I know there was like some stuff that people could abuse
Yes.
in the game, like going through, but like it's kind of a simple game when you think about it
Yeah.
because a lot of it is just basically spell out film, and there's the four things that you have to do, and
Yep.
then the fun is getting into the multi-ball and trying to find where the hell the girl is on
Yep.
there,
When it turns
because
into the
that's what
actual.
lights the bottom.
Yep, and that's when it turns into the actual Creature from the
Yep.
Black Lagoon movie mode. Yeah.
And
It's,
shout outs to all the mod makers on there, because there
yep.
is the awesome. They took out because they said the biggest problem that they're having with the game is the creature itself, like the toy creature, like
Mm-hmm.
falls apart because of like the plastic it was made out of,
Yep.
because it's trying to be rubbery. So like over time, and like with the old machine with the light, it just kind of bakes into it. It's
Yep.
kind of like what happened with what is it? I'm trying to think of the game. Like Big Bang Bar, like the
Mm-hmm.
tube dancer. Like she's supposed to be like really flexible, but like I've been seeing like she like falls apart, like she disintegrates in it,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. But someone made like a mini screen, and then instead of having the light go on, it's an actual like hologram screen on there. It looked really cool. But one of them, they put like a hot dog in. It looks like he's shooting like mustard from where. It's like, come on, man, you don't need that. It's like, other than that, like they'll say shoot the snack bar, so like they've added more stuff into it. I would have it where I would just be minimal and just have
Yeah.
it where it's just the creature. Just keep it for the multi bowl. Make it like it's a surprise. What I
Yep.
really like is when you hit when you actually go into the bowl, and then all the lights on the ramp light up on there. I
Yep.
thought that was a really sharp look with the little baby LEDs on there.
The so Fun Spot has one in the Pinball Outpost, and I was there with my friend Don. We were doing a tournament there, and we're playing. And I'm like, oh, you gotta see the 3D hologram creature. You gotta see the 3D hologram creature. I'm like, here it comes, and nothing. That was the
Yeah,
one thing that was, everything else worked perfect. That was the one thing that was not working for the exact reason you were talking about, the rubber toy disintegrating
yeah.
from years in light, and it's just like, oh. He's like,
Just
wow,
as
what's
long as we don't talk about who made the game, we're fine.
yeah,
Ugh,
I know. There's a few people like that.
I know, but
But
absolutely, yeah,
you have to remember it's not just one person that makes it.
exactly,
There's
yes,
a lot of people involved, and you're going to take that artwork and everything away from the creative process from all the other people because of one turd in the punch bowl.
absolutely. So, Gerard, I figured that I would end it off because we have to talk about the one and the only, and that is none other than Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Yep.
Now, I wanted to keep this up for interpretation. I didn't put one of the games because we know Elvira has three games. She is very prolific in the history of pinball. We have to go back to the original game that came out in the 1980s. Let's get the actual name of it on here, which is the Party Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Elvira and the Party Monsters, of course, came out in 1989 from the one and the only Dennis Nordman, who's on there as a werewolf.
Yeah.
hanging out with Elvira over there. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about because we got Elvira. So we've got the original Elvira and the Party Monsters, 1989. The game was did so good it even came out with Police Force on the Atari Lynx, Gerard.
Yep.
So what do you have that you know about Elvira? Well, we'll talk about the first one, and then we'll talk about all the games.
So Elvira and the Party Monsters, I remember first time seeing it and playing it at our infamous Spaceplex.
Yep.
And I've played this game a lot, not just as a kid, but as an adult, and also video versions on Pinball Arcade. Mm-hmm. And I love Elvira and the Party Monsters. It's very tongue-in-cheek, wacky, horror movie barbecue. You've got I love the finger puppets that pop up and down. I forgot what they call those, what the monsters in the game. The Boogeymen.
Thank you, boys.
Yes. Yes. And I love every Pinball Expo is selling for a lot of money the ones you used to get from the friggin' gumball machine for 25 cents. And it's like, no,
you gotta put them back on there, man. You gotta have the Boogeymen.
You have the Boogeyman, but there were specific ones on the game. They weren't just pulling gumball machine ones. But it's just funny that people are. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, no. I'm like, these are like you paid probably like less than a nickel for 3 of those. Why are you selling them for like $5, $10 a piece? Mm-hmm. And they're not official. You have 5 different colors in your bin. There weren't 5 different ones in the friggin' game.
Yeah.
No, but I love the game. Love the modes. I believe I'm trying not to blend because some of them blend.
Yeah.
I love is it the Monster Slide or Dracula Slide?
Monster Slide.
Monster Slide. That was one of my favorite shots to do.
It's got the party punch and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now, a very famous thing about the overall stuff with the game was it is credited to Dennis Nordman, but supposedly, like, he got into like a motorcycle accident or some kind or a car. No, it was either a motorcycle or a car accident, and so Steve Ritchie came in and helped tighten up and finish the design of this one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something. It says something about broken bones, and I still don't know where it's listed. I think it said something in the backlash. It says something about broken bones. There's like a bunch of different stuff on there. So that was like, hey, like I helped take over for you, or something like that, on there. And it's just like it's got the classic Bally. You know, the speakers are on the top. It's got that classic. You know, it's a System 11B. You know, once again, 89.
And the vibe from like the backlash artwork is very much of like the Elvira Coors / Mug Bark. I think it was Mug or Barks. I forgot which root beer promos that they used to do.
Yeah, like the Budweiser ads and stuff like that back in the day. No, I think it was
Coors
Miller.
No,
Coors Light. Yeah,
she did Coors Light ads, then she did root beer ads, and you could win a night at the Psycho House, and that's kind of what the house looks like in the background.
Yeah, because she did a thing with Coors Light where she's with the guy in a werewolf costume and it says, "I love a man with a hairy chest."
Yep.
And then we go on to 1996, still from Dennis Nordman. And I think, and then it looks like, you know, Cassandra Peterson, Tim Kitzrow. Mm-hmm. We got to talk about Scared Stiff.
So Scared Stiff, I loved because it was more in line with Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the actual show.
Yeah. Lot of tongue-in-cheek, lot of innuendo.
And the whole thing, it's about there's different movies. Was you have to watch every movie or access every movie?
Yeah. Well, no, that's no, you're mixing it with House of Horrors. That's House of Horrors.
No, Scared Stiff. That's why she's on the couch looking at the TV. There's different.
It's the monster wheel. It doesn't have anything to do with watching movies. There's like different. There's awards on the wheel that you have to do for it. But then like Double Trouble and stuff like that. But there's like you have to get all the features to end up getting Scared Stiff. on there. Yeah, like watching the movies. That's in House of Horrors. That's in the newer one, especially with the new code update that they added in.
Oh no. Okay, so it's different things from was Tales of Terror. Like she has the remote control.
Yeah,
It's a different things from different movies, and you have to get the scared meter all the way
yeah.
up.
They're not real movies. So it's just like
Oh, I know they're not. Yeah, no, they're not
Tale of
real
the Bone.
movies.
That's what I was getting confused with.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Yeah, no, I don't mean not real movies, but it was all about. It was more in line with the actual show.
Yeah, it has
But
the six Tales of Terror.
So it's more like horror moments or scared moments and stuff like that, and that's why it has the wheel, which I love the spider wheel that spins.
Stop the spider.
Yep.
What's awesome is that Tim Kitzrow comes back doing that voice in Deadpool, which I thought was awesome. He does the disco dancing zombies in there because it's got the famous Bash toy up the front. It's got the crate. It's got the ramp, which is the Bony Beast.
Yep.
Now the Bony Beast, when it was shown, when it's shown in the photos for the um it was it was dry brush, so it had like depth to it and stuff like that. But when it came out, it was just solid flat white. But
Yep.
now everybody pretty much just they either dry brush it or they have the remake where it has like the black in there, so it actually looks really cool. Um, there of course is the deadheads that they have from the original game come back in there, and those used to light up, and there was actually like a candle flicker. They got rid of that in the production model that you can buy, so that it's an Elvira game. There's a ton of mods to it, but
Yep.
I love, of course, that you look at it kind of sucks they don't do it on the Stern one because like it's like Elvira has the feature that turn players on. It's like that.
I love
And
the bone finger flippers.
mhm. There's one in Georgia on sale that's $9,000 if you want one.
Oh, they go for crazy money. I uploaded a video from Pintastic last year. They had a mod which turned the eyes for the bone ramp, the snake bone ramp,
Yeah, the Bony
into
Beast.
the bone beast. They're LCDs, so it gave it pupils, and the thing would blink and look around. That was sick.
It's I love the creativity that you got there. And then we got another game. It came out in 2019. I remember when I was working ever at the Pinball Dudes. So Dennis Norman came back, Greg Ferris came back, Lyman Sheets came in to do the code, Cassandra Peterson and Tim Kitzrow all came back. We got Elvira's House of Horrors from 2019. And this game they came out with, it was a unique game because it was quote unquote a studio game that that Dennis Nordman worked on, and it only came out as a premium or limited edition, and a lot of people complain because there's multiple editions of the game because we have let's just go and look at there is oh my god 1 2 3 there's 5 editions of this game.
Yep.
So you've got the basic House of Horrors Premium Edition. That's the one that they didn't really limit, so that was the one that's out there more. There was, of course, the limited edition. They made 400 of them. Then there was the Signature Edition. Now, I actually got to play one of these, one of the 5 Signature Editions. That version came with a book from Elvira, like her memoir. It had like a reproduction of her knife. It had like the dagger shooter rod. Then there was the 40th Anniversary Edition. They made 199 of them. And then they came out with the black and white Blood Red Kiss Edition. So there was 5 editions of this game because, like I said, everybody loves Elvira. Now, the coolest part with this was that it had, the use of the LCD screen. So, like what Gerard was saying, where it had a lot of stuff to go for the movies and the TV show, it had all of the public domain horror movies in there that she would riff on. So they added in so much stuff of the code where, like, when you get to the end, depending on how you do, it does like this is your movie, and it has like Tim Kitzrow making the call outs, and it's like
Yeah.
gives you like a movie title on there, and it's insane because there's so much stuff in this game. Like Lyman packed the shit out of this game. There's so much. There's stuff that I've still have never seen. I've never seen the Santa Claus mode in there. The Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
Yep.
Eog is in there. I love that it has the the brain that wouldn't die.
Manos,
and
Hand
of course,
of Fate.
Manos. Remember,
Manos.
once again, Gerard, Manos. The Hand of Fate? The Hand of Fate. The Hand of Fate. I like that. And that's actually in the game. I like she has her drunk in the trunk. Yep. And the trunk is her measurement, so it's 34, 24, 30, 36 to 24, 36 is the code that you have to put in. As don't stop, Kappa angry, and stuff like that. Pretty much like a standard layout. Unfortunately, like they have it over at the one arcade over here in Lowry Parkade, and they don't want to use it in tournaments because it's a very friendly playing game. But it's one of those things where you have to try to get to see how much you can get into it. Mm-hmm. I love that they brought back the Deadheads, and they have like there's a bunch of different things on there. There's like a Boston. I think it's like full pit, like I forget what all the different like names are, but there's like a jarhead and stuff like that. That's like a guy that talks like he's a Marine or something like that, and he's yelling at you and stuff like that. You can tell they had a ball on this game. You can see Elvira's having a lot of fun. She pops up and does like different quotes and stuff like that to you and stuff. It's one like I remember like when it came out, it was just super bare bones, didn't have a lot to it, but since the updates came out, they really added a lot, and it really changed up the game, really changed it up for the better. So, my question to you is, Gerard, instead of just like me picking like one of the games, we're gonna go and say, if you had the choice, if you could get any one of the Elvira machines, which one would you have? What would you do?
So this is tough. My gut tells me Scared Stiff.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a modded House of Horrors that included some of the extra toys, especially the small LCD screen in the bottom left that played a lot of the old horror movies that are in it.
Yep.
And clips and stuff, then maybe I'd lean towards House of Horrors. But if I had to rank the three of them, it would be Scared Stiff, House of Horrors, and then Party Monsters.
Yep.
But honestly, all three are very close. It's not like they're miles and miles apart. They're all amazing games.
And I think they're all great representations of their era. I love how it's like Elvira, Party Monsters is like, that was like, you think of like an 80s game with that 80s sound, that classic, like, that bally sound. Yeah, I think of like Elvira and the Party Monsters. You hear that.
And it reminds me of the Elvira that you would see in commercials. The theming and everything, that it fit that. Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%. Scared Stiff with its Six Tales of Terror, that reminds me of like the horror hosting.
Yeah.
And then
all the double entendre that she has in the game is so funny.
And then the House of Horrors, that's like a mesh of horror hosting and some of the like later movies and stuff that she did. Yep.
Being able to actually riff on the movies, and then the movies are shown. And
exactly.
Her and Kitsuro are making fun of it is just something that's insane on it. I would say, like, if I had to like go for one, I as much as I love the Scared Stiff, it's the fact that like I've played it so much, and I've actually have gotten to the end of the game, and I lit up the I lit up the stiffometer,
Yep.
which is awesome because it has the music that constantly builds up as you're
Yep.
doing it and stuff like that. So you have to like do one of the shots and then feed the crate and do the shot, feed the crate,
Yep.
and it just the music keeps building up and building up. But I feel like I still have not seen all of what House of Horrors has because of all the stuff that they've added into it over the years since the game came out.
There's a
So
lot there, and I would have to agree with you. That's why I said would add a couple of the mod stuff, but yeah, I've played through Scared Stiff. I've played through the Party Monsters.
yeah,
I'm not nowhere near high scores, but I've seen all the modes. I've seen it all. House of Horrors, like you said, there's so much they kept adding to it, and it's almost like it's almost like just like a great blend of everything.
yeah. I think if you're a fan, for the spooky season,
Yep.
a fan of the Mistress of the Dark. I mean, she's been around for over 40 years. I don't think she's got a bad one.
No.
I don't think there's a bad one. No, I think they're all solid classic hits. Dennis Nordman did all three of them. He knocked it out of the park with each one of them and
So
stuff like that.
I'm going to adjust my answer. If it is which of the three is my favorite to just walk up and play,
Yeah,
Scared Stiff.
yeah,
Which one would I want to own? House of Horrors, because it's a great game and the depth.
yeah. Because it's definitely, like we said, it's a longer playing game.
Yep.
That you don't want to play. So like, if I had it to own it, House of Horrors, because I just want to see how far I can get into it. What else they have to offer, all like the different call outs from Tim Kitzer, all the different deadheads, but like walking up and playing it and enjoying it and trying to see if you can just get that thing and beat it again, it's got to go with Scared Stiff. So
We got the
definitely
same answers. We
one of the
match up.
bunch.
But I'll gladly take a Party Monsters. I have no.
Yeah,
I mean,
Party Monsters ain't no slouch, that's for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's very simple. It's a product of the time. It's 1989.
Yes.
It's a product of the time. They weren't thinking, long depth wizard modes and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, here's Elvira. She's popular. We think about the beer advertising and stuff like that you said. I forgot to mention the modesty cover for Party Monsters, which I still find it's hilarious.
yes.
I gotta find it's on the Pinball database. I think they have it like it says no, it's on here. It actually says damn it, why don't you full screen? Oh man. I gotta go on INMPV because you don't get the full thing for it. Hold on one second. I apologize. I don't want to. Let's see, where are you?
I'm looking at it.
I'm trying to read it off. Okay, it says on the flyer. Let's zoom in.
It's lace.
It says, if you think I'm too hot to handle, I can cool down. It says, with the help of G-rated operator options, even the Mistress of the Dark knows to leave something to the imagination. At the operator's request, they'll slip into something a little less comfortable and turn down the heat to protect the eyes and ears of the little party monsters. A special decal and custom sound effect option are included in every game. So it had like it looked like a spider like on her chest, covered up the cleavage on there. But I don't think I've ever played the game with the. Maybe it was on Pinball Arcade because they probably had the G-rated version, so it didn't have the "oh, what a huge bone" us. But yeah, absolute classic from all three of them. I think you're in a winner for the spooky season. So
Yep.
yeah, there we go. There are Halloween Pinball, and also with Oktoberfest, our fall season themed games. Very nice.
Yep. Had to throw it in.
So, unfortunately, hey, there's a lot of games out there, so, we didn't touch on, like, I still have never gotten to play Alvin G's Mystery Castle. I never got to play that. I got to see it played on stream from, I think, one year they had it at Indisc, so it was really cool getting to see that because you never see that game.
Yeah, it's funny. There's so many different horror pinballs we could have chosen. That's why I think both our lists are unique. We didn't hit the heavy hitters like Monster Bash and stuff like that.
Yep.
I almost put Freddy's Nightmare.
Yep.
But as much as I love that game, I remember how it's the same thing over and over again. Because I was tempted to buy it. I almost bought one. I had the money, and you told me like, stop and think. Watch my review video if you haven't played it in a while.
Yeah.
Just so you can see that every nightmare, it's the same 2 or 3 nightmares repeated for every nightmare.
1, 2. It's like one nightmare, regular single bowl mode. Another nightmare, double bowl mode.
Yeah.
Triple bowl mode. It's like, there you go. So there you go, folks. That is our little podcast for your spooky season. Hopefully you guys all have a happy and safe Halloween out there. And as always, if you want to see more of our stuff, you can check us out on all your favorite social media sites. Also check out thearcadehunters.com.
Yep. Hope you have a fun and safe spooky season, and we'll be back next month.
Excellent. So for my good friend Gerard, I am Nick. Everybody, have a good Halloween and stay safe. Take care.
See ya.